Yo, welcome back to round number 5, bus stop versus Browntown. Uh, Round 5 means I'll be on the play. Pretty nice opening 7. Happy to keep this one. Go turn 1 Volt, turn 2 Golos, and the Golos will get a tower to pump up the Nexus, so it's an easy keep from us. Always nice to know that there's less missteps running around, so your Mana Volt's more likely to get there. We've also got the pseudo combo of Fleshraker plus command to build your own fireball. Okay, Inquisition not thought to, which is good. Probably take this one. Okay, reasonable. That could be a hint that there's a force for the Golos and just trying to keep my mana low. But I'm still very happy to slam a Golos here. Also, good backup draw in the city. Happy to see that. Cool. Golos does get there. Yep. Go grab tower here. The city is not known, so we can just slam the Ugin pretty comfortably next turn. And well, assuming they play a threat, I think I would do that. If they don't, I'll probably just hold up a big K command and play a little bit on their turn just to make a counterspell awkward. Um, but yeah, we're in a very good spot. Might even untap the monolith, the mana vault if they do nothing. Yeah, thinking. Must have some options. There's a preordain. So there's no days given the Golos resolved, so and probably no force for that matter as well. So I could just land the Ugin and yeah, know that it resolves. That's always good. Bottom, bottom. What's the follow-up? Random creature? Tamio? Yeah. I'm just gonna eat that. Um, I'll play the lab. It makes me vulnerable to a daze, but we've already said that that isn't in hand, well, wasn't in hand. Might be now, but I think the extra land with the city could be useful later on. So assuming this Ugin doesn't resolve, if it does, then we're probably done here. Could get Molten collapsed. I shouldn't get ahead of myself, but even if it does, like we just got so much going on. The port's actually not a bad pickup either. Um, Cute little trick you can do with the Deserted Temple. Like, this is 99% used for just the getting more mana, but you can Deserted Temple your Rishardan port and tap 2 lands in an upkeep. That could be really nice. Okay, sure. Um, I might as well untap this. Okay, cool. Moving on. This is the 5th round now, and I've been doing the same sideboard plan so far. I think I'm standing by it. I think it's pretty, like, the Blaststone's definitely right. The Shadow Spear is, like, a little sketchy because it, like, bringing in cheap artifacts that have activated abilities is not great against a Null Rod, but there's just the one Null Rod, so probably not worth it getting too caught up in that. The Might's a bit of a hedge, but also can just be a cheap thing that gets you back some tempo and, like, gains you a couple life, which actually does sometimes matter quite a lot. Um, Vacuum's definitely good. Contortion's pretty good at killing the cheap but good threads like Ragavan, Tamio, Emperor. Then Tanglewire is the most kind of unclear if it's a good pick or not, but I just want to keep casting it to see if I can actually answer that question because so far I've been unsure. So on the draw for game number 2. So this is a very classic example of a hand that I was talking about with the Saga heuristic of is turn 2 something plus play Saga, and then turn 3 activate Saga, turn 4 activate Saga. Is that actually good enough? In 2025, maybe in 2023, I was happy to keep a hand like this. Um, but like, I actually just don't think it's a keep on 7. It's so fine, but I really need a little bit more to convince me. This is an easy mull, so that's fine. Against Grixis, like, the Saga plan is a bit more exciting than most decks. Because the Grixis deck can just keep a hand that's got a bunch of discard and be pretty happy with that. Um, but they can also just play a Psychic Frog and you can regret keeping a slow hand for sure. Um, so let's keep the Workshop card. That seems like a great one. Night Scythe's good. I think I want to drop one of these two just to not get too boned by a Null Rod. Like, I'd rather than the redraw is good. I want land 2. This is a good threat. This is the best card in my deck, so we're keeping those 4 for sure. I think I'm gonna drop the Vacuum. It's just very contextually good. Some hands they just go Ragavan Frog and you just like look like an idiot for having a Vacuum. And the Grim can allow me to play a lot of my Planeswalkers or Thought-Knots a little bit quicker. Okay, I am an absolute genius. They have a aggressive threat that doesn't use the graveyard, and I've drawn something that needs the Grim Monolith to play it. So I'm some sort of prophet. I'm amazing at this game, but I'm still down in this area, so none of that matters. Voltie's better than me. Um, but yeah, we'll slam the Night Scythe and be pretty happy with our spot so far. And again, we'll hold the bauble. It's cool here that even if Voltie's got one removal spell, she can't prevent me from blocking because I can either, like, if you just stack with this, I go block. If you go bolt this, I go activate and block. So the crew, like, the little dance you do with the crew kind of makes this a little bit less effective, which is nice. The Mighty Night Scythe, always winning games. Cool looking card. I don't know what it is. I guess it's a Necron ship. Looks kind of Necron-y. Well, all my genius is wasted, it seems. Hmm. I would rather block with the Night Scythe if I have the opportunity. Like if Voltie's tapped out, and which she is now, I'll probably crew and block, just because the crew is a real downside. So I'd rather just have like a vanilla 2/2 than a something that needs to crew to activate. Um, I don't suspect she would be happy with that trade. So yeah, it would have been nice if that Duress wasn't here, because then we'd go like we'd have a pretty nice aggressive curve with the Thought Knot, the Night Scythe getting in. Yeah, let's draw a card, see what's up. They got a collapse. It's pretty scary. Ah, draw Saga. Saga, Saga. Alright, play that card. Back to you. Not trading my 3 damage for a Ragavan hit by any stretch of the imagination, so we'll just pass back. Um, and we'll draw. We'll play Tomb and then just go on the Saga plan. Be pretty happy with that. Gotta be aware of this collapse. That's fine. Okay. Oh, it's a good draw. So, what does that mean for this turn? I think I'm not. I think I'm holding my ground as is. Um, I could attack with the Necron actually. That's probably the way to go. Yeah, I think I like that. So attack with the Necron, then if Ragavan attacks next turn, I make a construct to block it. If they want to use their removal on that, then the Night Scythe gets crewed and I block. That seems good. And if they just take the trade, then also great. And yeah, notably, definitely do not want to play the Mana Vault to give a 2 for 1 with the Molten Collapse. I shouldn't have played this pre-combat as well. Now Voltie knows my potential line. Um, yeah, it's fine. But next time we go like Saga Saga, Thought Not, take your best card, and then have a dozen power and a Thoughtseize coming their way. Be a pretty good spot. Okay. Now given that... Oh, you're gonna act now? What's this? Oh, K command like that? No, that won't work. Oh no, that will work, yeah. Yep, that makes sense. Good, for no reason. Okay, that was pretty good for them. We should still be able to nab this collapse and be in good shape. They're taking some damage, but that's okay. Yeah, it was a good K command. Right, what I want... I almost want like... Oh, what's happening? Kill my dude? How rude. Still not the end of the world. Okay, I was thinking I might get like Vexing Bauble because I'm somewhat scared of a like a force, but now they've only got Molten Collapse and another card in hand. So let's search. Probably more interested in Relic or Vacuum. Relic. Might? Not might. Relic. Relic Final Answer. Would be a bit awkward if we saw something good in addition to this collapse. Or days, that'd be brutal. Shredder's not a big deal. Let's just get this going. They could draw a 3-drop, so I should leave the option to kill my own Saga. It's an interesting race. Not sure. Ugh. Frogs are good. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, let's take a draw step and see what happens. That's pretty free. I would like to untap this to get up to the Devourer, but Workshop does not comply. Actually isn't terrible. I think I'm just using the Relic now. Make it harder for the frog to fly. Turn off Deathrite damage. Turn off the mana from it. And potentially draw something worth casting. Makes sense. Not terrible. Is it worth 2 damage to get that down? Probably, yeah. Probably not before combat. This Thought Knot's not going to get blocked. I think I want to attack with the Thought Knot. If I do, then she attacks back with both of these. And then if she wants to discard her hand to make the frog beat a 2/2, that's not the end of the world. Hmm. Maybe I'm just meant to slow things down, leave back the Thought Knot. That's probably better. Just especially just the tomb is really the damage from the tomb is adding up a lot. So I think um not trying to put us in like if I attack with the Thought Knot, we are 100% racing, so I don't want to kind of force myself into that position when they really do have an advantage in the race. When they're about to play a flyer, they can make the frog fly, they can death right ping me, and I'm losing like all this damage per turn. Yeah, I think it's a bad attack. We each have 3 points. Let's see who wins. Just gets a surveil going. Don't want a Darcy, that's fair. Okay, just jumps frog. That makes sense. Yep, no blocks. Sure. Yeah, we're kind of classic game where the two life of Ancient Tomb 2 or 3 times is manageable, but like the fourth and fifth time really start to be an issue when. Oh, that's a nice draw. Um, when Death Rights and flying creatures all kind of chip in for extra damage. Um, so if I just untap the vault, I go to 7. Um, I go to 7. Assume I probably take the turn off. Then Frog probably discards and jumps, so it'll do 4, 5, 6. This is more damage as well. I probably can't afford to just untap the vault because then I can't tap this anymore. I think I just need a high roll here and like try and hit Delirian or some other big artifact to play. Not a good spot. Um, let's make sure to port. So I would have been, if I had to untap this, I would have been at 7. This represents 4 if you go all in. So I'd be at 3, I'd be at 1. And I can't tap this. I can't retap this. This kills me the following turn either way. Yeah, I think trying to high roll there was the right choice. Plays a land, so it looks like she wants to do a similar thing to the previous turn where you surveil just to get a bit more juice in the bin for the frog to jump. Oh no, actually casting something new. Could be a 4-drop. Oh, you're letting me block. Okay, you're not letting me block. Yep. Okay. We haven't seen the pop in the previous 4 matches, so but that's the thing, it's Highlander. Even if you play a large set, there's a good number of cards you'll never actually see. Like I don't think I haven't drawn either of these, even though they've only been in game ones. Yeah, I have not seen either. Alright, let's get back to it. I mean, I'll still try this thing. So far, it seemed worse than like I think I would have just rather had the Night Scythe for the most part. Um, but also my hands have been pretty bad that I haven't been able to like get a soul land into the sphere. Okay, what do we got? This looks good. Um, Saga, Clown card. Yeah, a lot of good options. Let's go ahead and keep. I think I'm just gonna run out the clown car as is. It's obviously not the most impactful on one, but again, this hand can be very aggressive on the draw on the play to kind of maximize that. It is always a little scary doing the Tomb Saga thing. Okay, so probably no Tez here. So that makes my choice pretty easy to just stick to the Saga plan. Um, there's an option to just make the Saga now crew this attack for one more. That option's worse against a Molten Collapse, but better otherwise. I think I'd rather have a damage than a than play around that. Especially because I'm just trying to get a dead. No, maybe not. It is like a lot worse because now the collapse can kill the construct, but and I suppose if that was the only turn two option that Voltie's got, then I've kind of shot myself in the foot. But any other outcome, it's better. Strix. Okay. I can get up to 4. I'll be so 4 mana in lands and then one off of the vault. So I'll be short on this. Um, hmm. Just thinking about if I get the Haywire Might to play around the energy flux. Don't think I'm that far ahead that I would have that kind of liberty because I could hold it up with the Talon Gates. Do I just make the construct? Seems like the right thing to do. Um, I'm probably just getting some mana here. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty rough if they have the flux, but I think I'm probably going to lose to more things by trying to play around it than just accepting it is going to get me pretty good here. So let's get the vault. Play this. Phase out the little guy. Uh, Play this. Play the spider. Crew this one. And just get in for like 10 damage. We get flux, good beats, but if not, this is a pretty commanding presence, and we've got a removal spell to back it up. I think that was probably the deciding factor for me that I just wanted to go for it. Is the fact that we can just kill a blocker, and then they've got all of this to deal with. Cutter. Yep. Yeah. Untap. Take this one. Yeah, I'll just take that. Not in need of an 8-drop just now. I think it's pretty clear cut. I just kill this, attack with these. I could actually attack with all. A similar spot to this in a prior game. Go like chump, chump. Probably don't have the luxury of not blocking this. Oh, actually, no, you probably would find it. Probably make this block chump removal spell. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Back to you. I think I'll hold the bauble just to make sure that we aren't getting Volta the opportunity to go like bauble, crack it, play like a really impactful 3-drop, get a free blocker, and then try and stabilize that way. Like Barragoyf plus bauble it's kind of a way that they could prolong the game for another turn. So just having this around could kind of stop some of those lines. Reanimate Strix, sure. Might be missing that 1 damage. Yeah, kind of am missing that damage. Um, yeah. I mean, maybe not necessarily, but um, let's start here. That's not very helpful. Am I just trying to keep... Well, we gotta unfortunately untap and look at this ugly pile of triggers. So I can keep like construct plus spider and then trade off the board, but like that's pretty terrible. These 8 drops definitely aren't much help. Not really ever getting up to them through the flux. Um, Unfortunately, I don't have Ballista either, so I can't just like rip Ballista to finish it off. Um, I guess it's interesting that Voltie also needs to pay for both of these creatures, or for the Steel Cutter and the Strix. So like I can tie up her mana by keeping my creatures around as well. Um, oh, I have to put everything on the stack. Yuck. Okay. Oh, I don't. Maybe I'll just keep the spider. Definitely gonna keep the spider at the very least. Uh, that one can go. One of the constructs is definitely dead. The question here is like, do I keep a construct to force a trade here maybe? What I'm trying to do to like steal the win is give this trample, and hopefully Volti only has one toughness available to block, and then I get the kill. Um, but I just don't know if me keeping this construct makes a big difference in that kind of equation, or if I should just maybe if I draw like Dismember this turn, I could kill this, force chump block. Yeah, I think I'll just keep my creatures around and hope that um, the energy flux restricting these two as well is going to give me some kind of benefit. I don't think I take the trade though. I mean, I guess this is going to die anyway, so I should just force this one. Yeah. It'd be difficult to get the Shadow Spear equipped even. Like, I need to draw a soul land to do that. If I do draw like City, that's pretty good. I think I like how I played this game. Just giving the Flux as few turns to come down as possible. Is this lethal? Not quite. Close though. Eesh. Nice. Well, that's the match. Yeah, we're getting smashed. 1-4. Let's see if I can redeem a second win for the finale. See you then.